Welcome back to San Diego People. I'm Sandra Moss, and this morning we're talking with the San Diego Foundation about how they are helping local communities develop strategies to prepare for a changing climate. I'm joined once again by Nicola, Director of Environmental Initiatives at the Foundation, and also with us this morning is Councilman Steve Miesen from the city of Chula Vista. Welcome to you.
Well, thank you.
So you and your city is taking a really big proactive role when it comes to this. Let's talk about Chula Vista and how you jumped into the game.
Okay, well, Chula Vista, I think, has rightfully been a leader in recognizing the importance of having sustainable communities, and really we're looking at trying to be a smart community as much as possible. And so thanks to many other people before me that look forward to say, hey, what can we do to increase recycling? What can we do to reduce our reliance on fossil fuel and carbon footprint and all those kind of things? And of course, water is too. So we've had the luxury of having our east side being a newer community. So some of the lessons that we've learned over the years, saying, what can we do to be better? And how can we design sustainability in our new development?
So water reuse, that was what this grant was related to for the city of Chula Vista, right, Nicola?
Absolutely. That when we've done polling or public opinion research on this issue, it's probably no surprise, but water comes up as the biggest concern about climate change for our region among San Diegans. And so as the San Diego Foundation, we felt like we could be part of the solution, help promote solutions that cities like Chula Vista are working on collaboratively with water districts that serve their communities to think about innovative ways that we can enhance water conservation, recycling and reuse of water, and really think about our relationship with water as a responsibility that we can put innovation towards as well and address climate change at the same time.
Right. The desalination plant that is on the northern part of San Diego County in Carlsbad, the impact that is going to have on the county is said to be pretty amazing, right? Once that gets up and running.
Absolutely. I think the challenges that we face, especially with the impacts of climate change and the projected kind of diminishing water supplies from hotter, drier climates, it's going to really put pressure on San Diego and all of us to look at all kinds of solutions. And so it's really exciting to see what Chula Vista is doing and the grant that we were able to provide to look at other innovations that they could do at the city level as well.
Right. And with the city council, what are some of the other things that you are doing to kind of alert your community to some of your water reuse programs, and what do you see down the future?
Well, certainly because of this grant, we're going to have our Resource Conservation Committee get really active. We're going to find a consultant to help us do some outreach to the community and say, okay, we integrate, the water that comes off your roof. How can we save that water and give you the mechanism to use that water later on? Gray water. The water that comes from your washing machines, from your showers. How can we integrate that so in a new community? I had a friend that one time was building a house, doing some remodeling. He had all this gray water piping system set up. The building inspector came in and said, "What's this? No, you can't have that. That's not in the code." Well, those kind of things we need to integrate into our code, and we need to say, how can we do that? And so with this grant that we're getting from that, we're going to get some direction, and we're going to get some feedback from our community and our builders, because I think it's very conceivable we can actually integrate these things into new products if it's done correctly and at the right time. So I'm excited. I really think some of our communities now show their sustainability, and that's part of their marketing, is being a sustainable community. But I think this can take it an extra step.
Well, let's talk about some of the other grants that you have given to other communities. You were talking about water reuse. I can't tell you how many times a week I get a call from a solar person asking to put solar panels on. Are you thinking, like, down the road with the water reuse, maybe there would be financial incentives for homeowners to be part of this program?
One of the things that I was really excited about is the role that our partners that we work work with to make these grants and help support programs like this in the community. So we relied on different kinds of advice from collaborators such as the Climate Collaborative for the San Diego region, and working with other philanthropic partners to join our investments together to invest in solutions like this. And some of the other grants that we were able to support look at coastal flooding and sea level rise. We also were able to provide a grant to the Resource Conservation District of San Diego County, and they're really looking at what is kind of the neighborhood watch of fire safety in San Diego County, and working with local fire safe councils to prepare community wildfire prevention plans. Another group, the Center for Sustainable Energy, looking at how can they better put information out to residents, municipal employees at some 6 different cities around the county about, as you said, incentives for water conservation, for energy conservation. And so I think all of this, we're really excited at what the San Diego Foundation and our partners can promote in terms of solutions today to build our response as a region to climate change.
Mm-hmm. What do you go out into schools and to inform kids about the San Diego Foundation about some of these issues as well? I know you do a lot of outreach besides giving money and starting programs. Education is a big component of the foundation as well, right?
Absolutely. As a community foundation, you know, looking at the quality of life of San Diego, we do a lot to both, share some of the work that we're doing, share some of the trends and the data and the needs, engage other partners in that. Through the partnership that I mentioned, Climate Education Partners, we are also actively, working to disseminate the findings of this study so that people can take that information today and, like Chula Vista, not wait until the future and some of these things come to bear.
Looking at this report, if there is one thing that you think that people should know about, again, it's called San Diego 2015 is calling How Will We Answer, talking about climate change and some of the things that can happen to our community. What is the bottom line about this study?
I think that we as a region will be impacted by climate change, and the good news is leaders like the City of Chula Vista, Imperial Beach, and other partners that we've talked about are working together today to both reduce emissions as well as prepare, and we can all be part of that solution in one way or another.
And your final thoughts, Councilman?
I just really commend the foundation for working with the City of Chula Vista. The City of Chula Vista also has a foundation, our own foundation, that is in conjunction with the San Diego Foundation to do good things in our community. But the biggest thing is to be smart. We can make ourselves so much more sustainable by just being smart and looking ahead, and thanks for this kind of study to allow us to see some ideas you might not think about. Because you do need to have that time. Well,
you can look at the study by going to our website, KUSI.com. Thank you both for being here this morning. I appreciate it. It's very enlightening, very interesting, and very important as well. And that is going to do it for this edition of San Diego People. Be sure and join us tonight for the KUSI News at 6, 10, and 11.